John Deere's journey from a simple plow manufacturer to a global tech titan is one of the most remarkable industrial transformations in history. Founded in 1837 by blacksmith John Deere in Grand Detour, Illinois, the company's original breakthrough was a self-scouring steel plow that could slice through Midwest soil without clogging. This innovation helped catalyze the settlement and agricultural expansion of the American frontier. But what truly defines John Deere is not just its durability in machinery, but its ability to evolve. Over the next century, the brand became synonymous with quality farm equipment, tractors, combines, and implements that became standard across American farms. Yet it was the company's pivot in the late 20th and early 21st centuries that positioned it at the crossroads of hardware and digital intelligence. As the pressures of climate change, population growth, and land degradation mounted, Deere recognized that agriculture would need more than just steel. It would need software, sensors, and satellite technology. Today, John Deere is no longer just a machinery company. It's a data and logistics company with a green paint job, integrating AI, IoT, and cloud platforms to manage the most vital supply chain on Earth. Food. Precision agriculture is where John Deere truly shines, and where the company's most disruptive innovations are making global impact. Precision ag refers to the use of digital technology to observe, measure, and respond to variability in crops and soil. John Deere's equipment, such as its self-driving tractors, smart sprayers, and variable rate planters, work not by brute force, but by exacting intelligence. Their GPS-guided systems allow farmers to plant, fertilize, and harvest with accuracy down to mere centimeters. But the tech goes far beyond just navigation. Deere machines are now embedded with advanced sensors, computer vision systems, and AI algorithms that analyze real-time data about soil moisture, plant health, yield potential, and more. The result is less waste, higher productivity, and more sustainable farming. A John Deere combine harvester, for example, can automatically adjust its settings in real time to optimize grain collection while minimizing loss. Their See and Spray technology, developed through acquisitions like Blue River Technology, allows sprayers to target individual weeds instead of blanketing fields with herbicide, reducing chemical use by up to 90%. In a world facing severe climate stress, water scarcity, and food insecurity, this kind of hyper-efficient, resource-optimized agriculture is not just revolutionary, it's essential. What started as a Midwestern American company is now a truly global force in agriculture, construction, and forestry. John Deere operates over 100 manufacturing facilities in more than 30 countries and sells its products in 160-plus nations. Its green and yellow branding is instantly recognizable not just in the US, but in farming communities from Brazil to India, South Africa to Ukraine. What's key to Deere's global success isn't just exporting American tractors, it's adapting products to meet regional needs and challenges. In India, for example, Deere designed smaller, more affordable tractors suited to narrow fields and rice paddies. In South America, it offers high-powered machinery for soybean and sugarcane mega farms. In Africa, Deere partners with governments and NGOs to introduce mechanization to smallholder farmers, often for the first time. Beyond equipment, Deere's commitment to international expansion includes developing service networks, financing options, and digital training tools that empower farmers across diverse economies. Even more impressive, Deere's Global Operations Center platform allows farmers around the world to access the same cloud-based decision-making tools, turning agriculture into a digitally interconnected system. By building machines that meet local needs while integrating them into a global tech ecosystem, Deere has positioned itself not just as a manufacturer, but as the nervous system of global food production. If hardware put John Deere on the map, software is what's keeping it on the cutting edge. The John Deere Operations Center, often described as the iOS of agriculture, is a cloud-based platform that connects a farmer's equipment, fields, and data streams into a single intuitive interface. It allows users to monitor performance metrics, track weather and soil conditions, analyze yield data, and even compare year-over-year productivity, all from a smartphone or tablet. But it doesn't stop there. The Operations Center acts as a collaborative platform where farmers can share data with agronomists, equipment dealers, and seed providers in real time. Think of it as a control tower for the entire farm. Paired with JDL-Link, John Deere's telematics system, machines can transmit diagnostics and receive over-the-air software updates, much like a Tesla. Through predictive analytics, the system can also anticipate maintenance needs before a breakdown occurs, reducing downtime and repair costs. And with machine learning, Deere's equipment is getting smarter over time, recognizing field anomalies, optimizing workflows, and adapting to regional differences. In a world where every drop of water, every seed, and every acre matters, John Deere's software ecosystem is helping farmers make the most informed, efficient, and profitable decisions possible. Despite its monumental success, John Deere's transformation into a tech-first company has not come without criticism, especially when it comes to the right-to-repair movement. For years, farmers have raised concerns that Deere's increasingly digital machinery has locked them out of repairs they were once able to do themselves. Due to proprietary software protections, only authorized John Deere technicians, or expensive dealership services, can diagnose and fix certain issues. This has left many farmers frustrated, especially those in remote areas with limited access to dealerships or during critical harvest windows, when downtime can mean the difference between profit and disaster. Critics argue that Deere's tight control over repair tools, diagnostic codes, and software interfaces amounts to monopolistic behavior. Several lawsuits, protests, and proposed legislation have emerged across the US and Europe aimed at forcing the company to grant users more autonomy. Deere, for its part, argues that the complexity of modern machines requires professional handling to ensure safety and compliance, and that unauthorized tampering could violate environmental or operational standards. The company has made some concessions, such as committing to broader access to diagnostics, but the debate rages on. As John Deere continues to evolve into a tech platform, it must grapple with a delicate balance, protecting its intellectual property and innovation model while maintaining the trust and independence of its core customer base. The farmer. Looking ahead, John Deere is not just planning for the next harvest, it's planning for the next century. The company envisions a future where farms run autonomously, every decision is data-driven, and sustainability is built into the DNA of agriculture. Deere has already begun deploying fully autonomous tractors capable of operating with no human driver in the cab, using cameras, AI, and remote control systems. It's also investing heavily in electric and hybrid machinery, in line with global carbon reduction targets. Meanwhile, drone technology, robotics, and machine-to-machine communication are being integrated into Deere's vision of a smart farm, where everything from planting to irrigation to harvest is automated, optimized, and interconnected. The company is even exploring satellite partnerships and space-based sensors to better predict weather, pest outbreaks, and climate-related risks. With a growing global population and shrinking arable land, the challenge of feeding the planet has never been greater. John Deere sees this challenge as its mission. The company is not simply trying to sell machines, it is trying to redefine the business of farming itself. And in doing so, it may just shape the future of how we feed the world. John Deere isn't just building smarter machines, it's building machines that think. With the rapid integration of AI and machine learning into its equipment, Deere is turning traditional agricultural labor into a symphony of autonomous decision-making. Take the new autonomous 8R tractor. This machine uses GPS, LiDAR, stereo, cameras, and neural networks to navigate vast fields without a driver. It can detect obstacles, identify field boundaries, adjust speed and direction, and carry out fieldwork, all without human intervention. But it's not just about mobility. Deere's AI systems analyze data from past growing seasons to predict the best times to plant or harvest, forecast yield potential, and even learn how specific soil types respond to irrigation or fertilizer. Over time, the AI refines its performance, personalizing decisions to each farm's unique environment. This fusion of real-world agriculture with real-time machine learning makes every pass through the field more efficient, reducing input costs and increasing profitability. As AI continues to evolve, Deere's vision is to build a machine that not only responds to commands, but understands the land itself. Part of John Deere's tech transformation has come not from within, but from strategic, forward-thinking acquisitions. One of the most important was the 2017 purchase of Blue River Technology, a California-based startup that pioneered the See and Spray machine vision system. This acquisition gave Deere a head start in precision weed control and AI-powered vision, leapfrogging traditional sprayer competitors. Other buys include Bear Flag Robotics, focused on autonomous tractor development, and Chrysler Electric, an Austrian battery tech firm helping Deere build the backbone of its electric machinery line. Rather than building every new technology from scratch, Deere has taken the Silicon Valley route: identify innovation, acquire talent, and integrate fast. These acquisitions aren't just about machines, they're about ecosystems. Deere's strategy is to become the platform on which the future of agtech is built, much like Apple built iOS. With these targeted investments, Deere is ensuring it doesn't just participate in the next wave of innovation, it leads it. John Deere's tech-driven mission isn't just about profit margins, it's increasingly about planetary stewardship. As agriculture faces growing scrutiny over its environmental footprint, Deere is developing technologies to reduce emissions, conserve water, and optimize resource use. Electric and hybrid tractors are in development, aiming to reduce the carbon output of one of the most polluting sectors of industry. Smart sprayers dramatically cut herbicide use, minimizing runoff into water systems. Precision seeders help reduce soil disturbance, improving biodiversity and carbon retention in the ground. In short, Deere is enabling a shift from industrial farming to regenerative agriculture, where productivity and sustainability go hand in hand. The company's Operations Center platform even includes environmental metrics so farmers can track their carbon emissions and soil health. In a world where agriculture is both a contributor to and a victim of climate change, John Deere's sustainability push could become one of the most influential transformations in the food system. As agriculture becomes more high-tech, farmers are transforming from traditional laborers into digital operations managers. But this shift requires education, training, and support, and John Deere is leading the charge. Through partnerships with universities, technical schools, and governments, Deere is funding programs to train the next generation of ag-tech specialists. In the U.S., Deere has partnered with FFA, Future Farmers of America, and launched internal tech institutes. Internationally, Deere supports rural training hubs and cooperatives that help smallholder farmers access digital tools and understand how to leverage them. The company's mobile-friendly platforms and multilingual interfaces also make adoption easier in emerging markets. Importantly, Deere is creating tools not just for the elite, but for every scale of farmer, from a 500-acre Iowa cornfield to a 5-acre Ugandan maize plot. By building tech literacy into its strategy, Deere is future-proofing both its customer base and the global food system. Behind every smart machine is a smarter factory. John Deere has quietly revolutionized its own manufacturing process through Industry 4.0 technologies. At its production facilities across North America, Europe, and Asia, Deere uses connected robotics, augmented reality, digital twins, and predictive maintenance to improve efficiency and reduce waste. Workers wear smart goggles that overlay digital instructions while assembling complex parts. Automated guided vehicles transport components with precision across the factory floor. Even paint booths are monitored by AI to reduce emissions and optimize material usage. These high-tech production techniques not only improve quality and consistency, but allow Deere to more easily customize equipment for different markets around the world. The result? A production system as advanced and adaptive as the machines it creates. Every machine John Deere sells today is not just a tool, it's a data node in a global agricultural network. Through systems like JDL Inc. and the John Deere Operations Center, farmers across 6 continents are streaming agronomic and mechanical data to the cloud in real time. This global data pipeline is not only helping individual farmers, it's allowing Deere to build a worldwide database of agronomic insights. That data can be used to fine-tune machine performance, improve AI models, and even predict regional trends in food production. During climate anomalies like droughts or pest infestations, aggregated data from Deere machines can give early warning to agribusinesses and governments. In essence, Deere is building the world's largest and most detailed map of how we grow food, and using that intelligence to power global food security. As John Deere evolves into a tech-first brand, it faces competition not only from traditional rivals like Case IH and AGCO, but from unexpected places. Big tech. Companies like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, and even Google are eyeing the agritech space, offering cloud platforms, satellite analytics, and AI services to farmers. At the same time, startups around the globe are building cheap, modular, open-source farming robots that could challenge Deere's high-end, closed ecosystem. And in countries like China and India, domestic equipment makers are building low-cost alternatives for smallholder farmers. Deere's response? Stay ahead by offering unmatched integration, hardware, software, data, support, all in one place. It's a gamble that could either solidify Deere as the Apple of agriculture or open the door for more agile, disruptive newcomers. While John Deere's tractors roam fields on Earth, its eyes are increasingly set on space. In collaboration with satellite technology firms and agritech startups, Deere is integrating high-resolution satellite imagery into its operations center to give farmers real-time updates on crop health, weather risks, and soil moisture. This aerial intelligence combined with on-ground sensors is transforming how farms are monitored. Some Deere machines even tap into satellite-based RTK GPS systems, achieving centimeter-level accuracy in steering, crucial for precise planting, spraying, and tillage. Looking forward, space technology could allow Deere to anticipate pests, droughts, or nutrient deficiencies weeks in advance, enabling proactive farming. There's even talk of leveraging satellite imagery to feed AI models that could optimize global food supply chains. With this orbit-to-Earth approach, Deere is turning agriculture into a space-age science. Cybersecurity. Modern tractors are essentially mobile data centers, and that means they're vulnerable to hackers, data breaches, and even cyber attacks. In fact, in 2021, white hat hackers exposed critical vulnerabilities in John Deere's systems that could have compromised user data and machinery. The company responded swiftly, but the incident was a wake-up call. Today, Deere invests heavily in building secure digital ecosystems. End-to-end encryption, real-time intrusion detection, and firmware hardening are now baked into new models. The stakes are high. If attackers disable autonomous equipment or leak sensitive farm data, it could jeopardize both food security and farmer livelihoods. As Deere moves deeper into the software realm, it must act not just as a manufacturer, but as a guardian of digital infrastructure in one of the world's most vital industries. While John Deere is known for machines, many in the industry are watching to see if it will eventually make a move into biotech. With the rise of genetically optimized crops, soil microbiomes, and precision fertilizer blends, the integration of biological data with mechanical systems is the next frontier. Deere already collects immense data on field conditions, crop responses, and input performance. It wouldn't be a huge leap for Deere to begin partnering with biotech firms, or even developing its own lines of genetically customized crops optimized for its machinery. By controlling both the biological and mechanical tools of agriculture, Deere could help usher in a new kind of green revolution, one that blends genetics, robotics, and big data into a closed-loop ecosystem. One of the least discussed, but most powerful, divisions of John Deere is Deere Financial. With operations in over 50 countries, it's a full-scale financing operation that helps farmers afford Deere equipment through leases, loans, and insurance services. In many parts of the world, especially Africa, South America, and Southeast Asia, access to credit is the biggest barrier to mechanization. Deere Financial steps in, offering local language support, flexible payment plans, and bundled services to help rural farmers modernize. In some cases, they even structure payments around harvest cycles, offering grace periods when cash is tight. By controlling both the product and the financing behind it, Deere doesn't just sell machines, it becomes an essential partner in farm economics, locking in loyalty and driving long-term market growth. Behind every John Deere innovation lies a massive investment in R&D. With research centers across the US, Germany, India, and Brazil, Deere is pouring billions into engineering, software development, battery tech, AI, and sustainability solutions. The company runs its own test farms to develop and refine technology in real-world conditions. It also collaborates with leading universities like MIT, Iowa State, and ETH Zurich to stay at the forefront of robotics, agronomy, and data science. In fact, Deere holds hundreds of active patents, covering everything from autonomous path planning to soil compaction monitoring. These R&D efforts aren't just academic, they directly influence product rollouts, software updates, and even the company's long-term roadmap. In essence, John Deere is quietly becoming one of the largest agtech R&D labs on Earth. What started as a Midwest brand has become a global cultural icon. From farms in Kansas to rice paddies in Vietnam, the EE green and yellow logo is synonymous with durability, precision, and innovation. In the US, John Deere hats and shirts are worn by people who've never even touched a tractor, because the brand represents self-reliance, rural pride, and American craftsmanship. Around the world, Deere is increasingly seen not just as a manufacturer, but as a symbol of agricultural progress. In developing countries, a Deere dealership is often the first step toward economic modernization. In urban markets, the brand is finding new life in fashion, lifestyle, and even NFTs. Much like Harley-Davidson or Nike, John Deere has transcended its original niche, becoming a part of global pop culture. John Deere's tech dominance hasn't come without controversy. One of the most heated issues is the right to repair debate. Deere locks its software and diagnostic tools behind proprietary systems, preventing farmers from making basic repairs without going through authorized dealerships. This has sparked lawsuits, protests, and even legislative efforts across the I-Atikoi, US, and Europe. Critics argue that Deere's closed ecosystem increases costs and reduces farmer autonomy. Supporters say it ensures safety, quality control, and compliance with emissions laws. The company has recently taken steps to ease tensions, launching technician training programs and limited software access, but the debate isn't over. As Deere continues down the tech path, it must walk a fine line between protecting its IP and supporting the independence of the very people who depend on its machines. What does the future hold for John Deere? The answer may lie in a vision where farms are entirely autonomous, monitored from smartphones, optimized by AI, and powered by electric or hydrogen tractors. In this future, yield maps are created in real time from drone swarms,